Hello and good evening. So today, as I promised, we're going to talk about reconnecting your passion, your purpose, whatever you want to call it. So there's going to be a couple of steps we're going to do throughout the week. This week we're going to do it a little bit different though. So I've been giving you worksheets, but I don't know if you're following them, if you have questions, so we're going to do this one live. All the information is going to be right in the video. And I want you to ask questions, let me know how it's going for you, and then, maybe if we need to expand on it, and just work with it. Also, I want to just get your feedback. If you're tuning into this live, let me know if you can see me okay. This office, I have tried every angle and every light in this office, and no matter what I do, it seems like I'm in a dark corner. I have lights all behind me, but it's like I have this weird glow. And then I have a light up there, but when I turn that on, it looks like it's beaming down on my head. I have a fluorescent light, but I really don't like using it, but I feel like I have to so that you can see me. It's a very weird alcove over here, so I feel like it's a little dark, so I'm hoping you could see me okay. Or at least you can hear me, right? So I gotta play with the lighting in here and get some portable lights that I could put maybe even on the computer. But for now, we'll go through this exercise. So I'm sure when you were younger that you had things that you were excited about, that you were passionate about, and you just had fun. When we were younger, we enjoyed the simple things, right? So it could be anything from drawing, dancing, music, playing with friends, riding your bicycle. What did you do? And especially if you grew up without a computer, like I did. We got so dependent on technology as we got older that I think part of our creativity gets lost and we get kind of sucked in. Like the video game era was just starting when I was a kid. And I was an only child. I remember talking to myself like you wouldn't believe. I guess not much has changed, right? But just think of the creativity and the things that you did when you were younger. And maybe you felt more fearless. Think about, you're playing in the playground and you're playing games, or you're making new friends, sitting at a new table at lunch. It's all scary, but you kind of push yourself through it. And some of the little things, like just think about the smaller things that you did. I remember when I was a kid, I had this thing about organizing cabinets. It's so peculiar. But I would go in there into the kitchen and I would organize my mother's cabinet. And everything had to be, it's kind of like that, what was that movie? Sleeping with the Enemy? Creepy, right? I would go into the cabinet and take all the cans, the boxes, everything was coordinated and matching and faced forward and put into rows. And I loved doing it. I would clean the refrigerator. I loved organizing. And, as I got older, I got busy and I didn't really enjoy it quite as much, maybe because I had to do it as an adult. But think of silly things like that you did and you just couldn't wait to do it. Even playing in the leaves, right? If you had to rake the yard like I did, I used to love raking and making a big pile of leaves and just falling into the leaves. I remember when I was on kickline in high school. And so kickline is like halftime for football games, things like that. And I also did twirling. So I had the baton and threw it up and all that good stuff. And I would make up my own dance routines in the backyard. And I can remember standing in my backyard, blasting the music, and making up these like twirling and dance routines like as if I was the dance teacher. I would even catch the neighbors like standing on top of like the ladder and looking to see like what the heck I was doing. But I didn't care. I had so much fun. And a lot of these things, I would never do that now. You would never catch me just fall into a pile of leaves or, you know, dance freely in my backyard and blast the music. Or, you know, things change as we get older. But what I want you to do is just think about some of these things and think about not only the things that you liked doing, but also what did it feel like when you were doing them? The purpose of this is to start to reconnect to things that got lost along the way. I'll tell you that when I was a teenager, loved doing hair, went to school for cosmetology. I thought I was going to either go into fashion or some type of cosmetology, either hair, nails, makeup, whatever it was. I was pretty sure that one or the other I was going to do. Life happened. I ended up going into a totally different direction, worked in law and finance for almost 20 years, and I didn't pursue it. I don't necessarily miss it, but I'm still connected to it because I love playing, I love doing my hair, I love doing makeup and nails and, you know, like the girly stuff, and I think it'll always be a part of me. But I didn't do anything career-wise with it. If you look at things that you kind of lost along the way, what happened to it? And make a list of everything that you loved and what you loved about it. What feelings did it give you? And you walk through this exercise and you just start thinking about it. Just make this list. Just keep going and going and going until you can't think of anything else. And don't give up too easy. Try to push yourself. I would say you have to have at least 20 things on the list. And just keep pushing and pushing to go through this list. But notice as you go through them, what does it bring up for you? What feeling does it give you? And the whole purpose of this is to be able to reconnect the feelings that you had when you felt alive, when you felt free, before judgment kicked in, before fear kicked in, before you started to feel like you couldn't do things. So at that point you were a little bit more maybe passionate, connected, free, and you're going through that list. From there, then you're going to take it and you're going to say, okay, how would I feel about doing it now? So some of these things that you think are exciting, fun, freeing that you did when you were younger, they may apply now. They may be something totally different. But you'll know as you're going through it what feels right for you. So see what kind of things it brings up, and maybe it's something similar. Maybe it's not the exact thing that you thought it would be, but it's something that you can play with, that you can grow with. I always share with you that when I was younger, at 16, I thought I was going to be a child psychologist. I was convinced of this. I even went through the help want ads, just like Madonna did in Desperately Seeking Susan. Big red marker, started calling all these places, and they're like, excuse me, how old are you? Gotta go to school first. I didn't do it. Went full circle though, and ended up going into coaching, which is very similar. So look at the things that you did when you were younger and just start pulling from it. Make a list. That's all you have to do. Make the list of the things you enjoyed and then the feelings that it brought about for you. And also look at how those experiences shaped you for who you are today. And tell me what comes up for you. Post your comments below. See you tomorrow.